Okay, this is on tip number 3. And tip number 3 suggests that you look at your basic shapes before you start drawing and tighten them up. Now, there's two things I mean by basic shape. One is just simply your square, your triangle, and your circle. And it's very difficult to put a tree or a bird or a house on the page, but it's easy to put a shape on the page. So whenever you're drawing, you're not really putting a house on the page. You're making a series of shapes that start looking like a house, okay? So it's important to stop seeing these pictures as a house or a waterfall, and it's more important to start seeing them as a series of shapes that give you the idea of a house or a waterfall. So it's helpful just whenever you're doodling to see how many different shapes you can create from these basic shapes. So they may be curvilinear, they may be oval shaped, they may be skinny and tall, they may be angles, they may be rectangles. Your brain is used to naming shapes, a cloud, a house, a bird, but is not used to naming these shapes. If you were to look around the room that you're in now, you would probably see a series of rectangles. And if I asked you to draw the room, it would be difficult. But if I asked you to draw a series of rectangles, it might go a whole lot faster. So for instance, here I see a circle. This could be a circle. It could be a polka dot. It could be a sphere. If I started putting something like this in, I might see a hole. However, if I put something like this in, oops, sorry, one circle here, one circle here, and if I were to combine them, I might start seeing a ring, like a ring that you might wear on your finger. So I can create lots and lots of different illusions if I can start seeing how to put one shape with another shape, okay? So when you're doodling sometime, just practice drawing shapes so you get good control with them. The other shapes that you're really used to drawing or really writing are letters. And so if I see an M or a T or a D or a U shape, you're very comfortable writing these letters, even if they're cursive or perhaps have a little bit of a lean to them, okay? So your brain is going to help you draw shapes of letters and geometric shapes much more quickly than these shapes. Now, we've already talked about formatting your drawing and having things come to the edge of your drawing. When you're looking at things like this, try doing just a couple of quick sketches where you're taking your image and you're just doing a shape analysis so that you're telling your brain, stop seeing doors and windows and houses and just see perhaps a triangle here. And then I'm aware that I think I'm seeing rectangles here. But in fact, I'm not just seeing rectangles, I'm seeing some curves there. So I might play around with seeing rectangles at first. And these can be, I'm not really trying to make a drawing yet, I'm just analyzing the shapes I'm seeing. I see two kind of rectangles here, but when I look again, I see a U shape or a D shape. Now, if you turn your paper or your photograph upside down or sideways, you are much more likely to see these shapes accurately. And that's because your brain stops seeing a banister or a doorway or a window, and instead is just searching for lines and shapes that make sense. And so if I were to have problems drawing this perspective, I turn it upside down and I might see a very wide W shape. are shaped that looks like little half curves. Windows, my brain wants to tell me, are square. These windows are not square, so I might be kind of challenged by them. So turning things upside down can definitely help. When I look at an image like this, I see waterfalls. The waterfalls are kind of hard to draw, so my brain might, kind of give me a hard time here. I might be able to see this as almost a rectangle or a soft curve, or this tree here is a curve. But when I turn it upside down and I stop seeing waterfalls, I might see, for instance, a big J shape here. Here's the J shape. I might be able to see a W shape here. I might see a series of W shapes here. And so by seeing this W shape, whether I draw it upside down or right side up, I might start here and I might see shape that goes like that, shape that goes like that. Then I see a shape that seems to come out off the page, the J shape, and then I might start seeing these W shapes. What this does is it starts telling your brain that you can start drawing these shapes instead of a waterfall shape. So sometimes when you see shapes like this, you might think, okay, well, I see a flower shape, but I also see these circular shapes. And if I see this shape here, and perhaps this shape is something of a cylinder shape, and then I see this shape of the tips of the flowers here, and then this shape of the tips of the flowers here. Yes, I see triangles, or I see W's, but seeing these overall almost hidden shapes can often really help you organize your picture. So in the case of flowers like this, I might analyze it this way. I've got my picture plane here, my rectangular format here, there you go. And if I have one flower, say here, I'm not drawing this to size, I'm just doing it as an example, okay? If I have these flowers like this, and this flower is here, and then this circle is here, what you'll find is that when I start putting these leaves in, that these leaves stay organized much more quickly when I can organize them around a central shape. And so when you're doing flowers, I'm not going to do this anymore, but when I'm doing flowers, if I have a circle like this, and let's say I have a circle like that, maybe I have a circle like this, and I have a circle like this, and I'm really looking for those in the petals. If I have a center like this, and I have some kind of flower going this way, and then the other petals are going this way, and this flower right here is going this way, you'll see that really quickly I can make the flowers look like they're pointing in different directions. So when you start looking at these shapes, it could be beneficial to see the overall geometric shape, circle, square, triangle, or you might come in here and start seeing triangles. You may look at some of these and see an M shape. You may look at some of them and see a C shape. You might look at some of them and see a J shape. So I strongly recommend that you stop seeing a flower, because you're not putting the flower on the page, you're putting lines and shapes on the page. And so the more you might be able to see the curving M shape of a petal, or the more you might be able to see the J shape of a petal, the more defined the shape is and the easier it is to draw. See what you can do with this.